Hi and welcome back to PR Tech Talk in this beginner series. Printf is a very handy tool to use in the debugging, and I thought that we should take a short introduction to how to do it. And to do that, I'm in Visual Studio Code and I just started the Cube MX. And I selected also the board that I'm using, the Nucleo C031 board. So here we are in the Cube configurator, and what I've done here, I have just selected the debug and enabled the serial wires, so that is the reason we have those there. And I also have taken a look into the clock configuration, where I'm using the internal clock, high-speed internal, and they're giving me 48 megahertz there. But now we also need then to set up the UART, and in the ST-Link interface there is an UART integrated into that one, and we are going to utilize that one. So we're going for connectivity, and we think about USART2, and we enable it asynchronous. Here we don't need to do anything at all. What we could see is those pins are automatically populated, the PA2 and the PA3 for the USART2 TX and the USART3 to RX. And what we can do now then is just to go to the project manager, and we give it the project name. Printf, and then of course we need to also make a change to the CMake for the be able to do it in the Visual Studio Code, and then we just hit generate the code. We can then close it and open Visual Studio Code. So here we are in the Visual Studio Code, so we go and open a folder. So here I have opened my work folder for my project. So there I have my STM32 work folder, and there I have my project that I just created. So open that one, and I hit open. We hit debug. I don't want to update it now, but we would like to configure the CMake project as an STM32 Cube project. So hit that one, yes. While we're at that, then we need to take the next step. So we hit this butterfly and we hit this set up the STM32 Cube STM32 Cube project. Here we can see what board the board the project is for, and the tool chain is GCC, and the project name. So we can just close that one and save it. And the next step we need to do is to create a launch JSON file. So we hit this small triangle with a bug on it, and there we have this create a JSON launch file. So we hit that one, and we use the STM32 Cube ST-Link GDB interface. So we hit that one, and this folder or this file is created automatically for us. So we can just close that one and of course save it. Right, so now we need to then open the main file. So we go under the Project Explorer, and under Core we open the source folder, and there we have the main C file. We can then of course make this a bit bigger. The first thing we need to do is to do an include. So we go under user code begin includes. So we have this section, as I have said many times before, we are only allowed to put our code in between these sections, after the begin and before the end. Right, and then we need to go down to the program user code begin 0. So in the user code begin 0, this is the function that we need to write here. So then we can start using the printf command, and we can do like this. We can go down to this section called user code begin 2, and we can just make a small print statement here. Printf system started, and then return and a new line. So that one will come up once in the beginning. Right, so here in the while one loop we could then enter some code here. We can, for instance, do a print out on the tick timer. So we do the HAL delay and we use 500 milliseconds. So we actually can see what's happening. So when we are starting the code after the initializations here on the UART, then we printf the system started, and then a new return, and then a new line. And after that we come down to the while one loop, and then we print out the text tick and also the tick value. And then we do a small delay of 500 milliseconds, and we then just iterate it forever and ever. So we try to build a program, and it exit code with 0. That is great. We can then program it into our microcontroller. So we go up and start and debug. So then to see what is coming out from the UART, I have now started the terminals inside the Visual Studio Code. And we can just run the code, and we see immediately then we get this text system started and the tick counter. And if we just break it, we can see now that the first line was the system started text, and that text is coming from this portion, if I can find it, this. So that is the print statement, and that only happened once before, because that happened before the while one loop kicked in. And then after that it said we're printing the system HAL get tick timer, and the tick timer was on 1, and then we had a 500 milliseconds delay, and then we printed again, and then it said 503. So each tick, it's approximately 1 millisecond, 500 milliseconds apart here. So that's it. So the printf can be used on several places, and it can be used to print variables and stuff to help you in the debugging. But don't use it in the real code, because it's a blocking function, and you don't want to use that in your real code. So this was the end of this video. Hope that you learned how to use the printf. It's a very useful function. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have some comments to give me, please use the chat below. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider to do so. It's free of charge. See you in the next video. Stay safe. Bye.